Did Joel make the right choice in The Last of Us Season 1 finale? Hey, welcome back to Nerdist News. I'm Hector Navarro, and we've done it! We've endured 9 weeks of heartbreak and mortal danger as we've trekked across a post-apocalyptic America with Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us' first season. While HBO has announced that there will be a Season 2 based on the game series of the same name by Naughty Dog and PlayStation Studios, we've still got a while to wait before that comes to our television screens and streaming devices.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
Now we'll have to wait until Wednesdays if we want to get our fix of Papacito Pedro having to protect a kid from fascists and raiders.
You're still running around here with the same little critter.
The Last of Us has dealt a lot with personal choice and what it means to be a good person. With the season coming to its conclusion that remains very faithful to the game, it reignites the debate that players of the game have been having since its release in 2013. Did Joel make the right decision?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
But before we break this episode down further, we want to give a spoiler warning. If you haven't finished the first season of The Last of Us, go now, catch up, then come back to finish this video.
We should probably get going.
Yeah.
This series has managed to be a high watermark when it comes to video game adaptations, or just adaptations in general. The Last of Us was very faithful to its source material, and any changes made were to enhance the story's switch to a different storytelling medium, namely from game to television series. Each episode was filled with references and Easter eggs, along with so many scenes and dialogue lines lifted directly from the game.
Whoa! How do you even walk around with that thing?
Please get rid of it.
It was obvious that showrunner Craig Mazin, working with the game's creator Neil Druckmann, crafted a labor of love. And while the game and the season end in pretty much the same way, fans both seasoned or new to the franchise have always wondered, did Joel Miller make the right decision by saving Ellie, or did he doom the world? But before we dive deeper into that, let's get into the specifics of the episode titled Look for the Light. We've been waiting all season to get our appearance by Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie in the game, and how they brought her into the series was pretty poignant because she plays Anna, Ellie's mother. And in a flashback, we see her give birth to Ellie while under attack from infected, ultimately getting infected herself before the Fireflies can rescue her. Anna cuts the umbilical cord after she's been bitten, which we later find out is the key to Ellie's cordyceps immunity and any possible cure. Ellie is basically the daywalker of this universe, and her origin involved a blade. Motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill. What can you say? What can you say? But Anna lies, telling Marlene that the umbilical cord was cut before she was bit. Then Marlene promises to save Ellie, kill Anna, then give Ellie Anna's knife. And Marlene later giving the knife to Ellie is explored in the video game universe in the Last of Us comic series called American Dreams. Anna's lie protects Ellie from being killed by Marlene, and it's interesting to see Joel make the exact same choice later in the episode. We wonder if Marlene believed Anna or not. Did she suspect this early on that there was a chance Ellie could be immune and played the long game by placing Ellie into the Fedra school for safety? If so, that makes her plan seem even more calculating. Or did she believe Anna that baby Ellie was free of cordyceps infection? Also, pause here, because we have to give Ashley Johnson some praise for her performance. Like we have been saying, this entire cast is stacked with incredibly talented actors, and Ashley comes in with an extremely difficult but vital role to play, and she genuinely knocks it out of the park. She's heartbreaking, totally believable, and it's awesome to see her contribute to Ellie in this way. From that flashback, we go back to Joel and Ellie closing in on Salt Lake City. Ellie is a bit out of it. She's got a lot on her mind, processing the traumatic events of not just the previous episode, but the entire season. Joel finds some Chef Boyardee beefaroni and Boggle to try to draw Ellie out of her shell. Showrunner Craig Mazin is a huge puzzle and word game aficionado, so it's fun to see him include that hobby here.
Boggle.
Also, fun fact, Chef Boyardee's first name is Hector. I don't have a lot of famous Hectors, that's one of them.
Oh, cool.
Once they're in the city, Ellie proves how much she's learned from Joel. She knows the plan exactly.
Cut through that building to get around that stuff, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
Then we get a scene directly from the game where Joel boosts Ellie up so she can lower a ladder. Then she runs off finding a herd of giraffes.
So f***ing cool.
Which are real, not CG. Not CG giraffes. Stop criticizing CG.
What are screenshots?
I don't actually know.
Giraffes have been hinted at throughout the season by a stuffed animal in episode 2 and in a picture in Ellie's bedroom in Wyoming. There's also another callback to the game and the series that shows how far they've come since they first met.
It's got its ups and downs. You can't deny that view.
Joel gives Ellie the choice to cut their losses, but Ellie wants to see this through.
We finished what we started.
Joel also shares the truth of how he got the scar on his head. Joel gave in to a moment of despair in the days following his daughter Sarah's death. This sharing and some excellent puns finally lightens Ellie's mood.
Too soon?
No, it's topical.
But they don't hear the Firefly sneaking up on them before they get stunned. In the game, they get temporarily separated in an overly dramatic fashion. Back in the show, Joel awakens in the Firefly hospital. Ellie is being prepped for surgery by the Firefly doctor who believes that he can make a cure. Ellie's cordyceps grew with her since birth and sends a chemical messenger to stop new cordyceps infections. This is the key to her immunity.
It made me what I am.
He needs to remove the cordyceps from Ellie in order for the chance to synthesize the chemical messenger as a cure. Remember, this is just a chance at a cure based on one subject, not a confirmed cure. But Joel realizes the problem immediately. Cordyceps grows inside the brain, meaning they're going to have to kill Ellie to attempt to create the cure. They didn't tell Ellie about the sacrifice she's about to make, meaning they're violating her bodily autonomy without her consent. Marlene is back, now in the present, and she talks about how she feels like she is the true martyr in this situation, saying she had no choice. But Joel has a choice.
I do.
He takes things one step further from last week's episode and overpowers his guards and shoots his way through the Fireflies. He goes full Terminator mode. Nothing is going to stop him from saving Ellie.
Come with me if you want to live.
He shoots that doctor, and there's another hidden cameo in this scene. One of the nurses is played by Laura Bailey, who provides the performance for Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. And we're not going to get into spoilers for the sequel game, but suffice it to say that that is thematically relevant to this hospital scene. Joel then carries Ellie to the parking garage in a callback to how he carried the injured Sarah through the city at the beginning of the season. Also a callback to the evil cannibal David from the previous episode. There, Joel is confronted by Marlene, and we get the moral conundrum of the episode. Both of those adults are making choices on behalf of Ellie, who is denied the ability to choose her fate herself. Marlene chooses the chance to save humanity over the rights of an individual, and Joel chooses to save the individual at the risk of losing the last of them. Very Kirk and Spock of them.
Because the needs of the one outweighed the needs of the many.
Joel almost seems to be considering Marlene's side, and we cut to Joel driving away. But it was a misdirect, because Ellie wakes up in the back seat. Joel makes up a story. There were dozens of immune people, but the cure didn't work, and he had to escape from raiders attacking the hospital with Ellie, blah, 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 blah. It's a lie. But we get to see more of the escape from the hospital, where Joel kills Marlene in order to stop the Fireflies from coming after Ellie. Back to the present. The duo makes it to Wyoming. They've got another 5-hour hike and a callback to the day after Tess's death.
How much longer?
5-hour hike. Probably about a 5-hour hike. But we can manage that.
Joel discusses Sarah openly, something he hasn't been able to do thus far. When they see their destination, Jackson, Wyoming, in the distance, Joel has a wound on his neck similar to Anna's in the cold open, again mirroring both of their decisions to lie to protect Ellie. The final scene plays out a lot like the game. Ellie opens up about Riley, then makes Joel swear that everything he said about the Fireflies is true. He does, and Ellie processes this for a moment before she chooses to believe him, ending the episode with,
Okay.
oh my gosh. And of course, Joel's choice to save Ellie at the risk of dooming humanity is one of the aspects of the game that really stuck with players and makes the story work so well in a medium like television. Joel's whole mission this season has been to protect Ellie. First, because he's hired to do so, and then later by choice, as she becomes an important part of his life.
It's okay, baby girl. Look at you.
And at the end, he chooses once again to protect Ellie. Did he make the right choice? In the episode featurette, Neil Druckmann says it's the easiest choice Joel's ever made in his life. His choice being a repeat of Anna's choice makes it obvious how much of a father figure he considers himself to be in Ellie's life. But in making the choice and lying about it, he doesn't allow Ellie to make an informed decision on her own. But while Marlene's decision seems a lot more heartless on the surface, she's making a trolley problem level choice, but she also robs Ellie of a say in the matter. This complexity and murkiness is why these final scenes are so compelling. They're also very well acted. The Last of Us paints a brutal picture of humanity in the post-apocalypse. What this finale asks is what sacrifices need to be made to save humanity, or if the very act of murder in the name of saving proves that maybe humanity isn't worth saving. And Mazin said, in the end, the only thing we can be sure of is that we understand why he did it, and we understand that Ellie would not have wanted him to do it. That complexity is why The Last of Us as a narrative is so gorgeous. We fully expect the show to continue with these moral conundrums in its second season and beyond. In an interview with GQ, Mazin and Druckmann said that it will take more than one season of TV to adapt the entirety of The Last of Us Part 2. Mazin did say this regarding Season 2 plans. Our goal remains exactly what it was for the first season, which is to deliver a show that makes fans happy. And while we can't say this is the feel-good story of the year, it's definitely been satisfying for fans of the games and new fans alike.
Have you ever played this? Boggle?
And if you find yourself not being able to wait for that next season, but you have never played the first video game, do yourself a favor, go check it out. It's amazing.
Oh, wait, how do I play? Smash the buttons.
But what do you folks think? Did Joel make the right decision to save Ellie? What was your favorite Will Livingston pun this season? Mine's gotta be the diarrhea one.
That is so damn stupid.
You laughed, motherfucker.
I didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.